By far, one of the questions that we get asked the most by other people who make over furniture or refinish furniture or even build furniture is,
where do you sell your furniture?
So let's talk about it.
So I always answer Facebook, and that's a combination of listing stuff on Facebook Marketplace and listing stuff to our business page. I feel like it's good to just cover all your bases and list it everywhere you can. It's a free resource, and we've gotten lots of customers that way. So sometimes our customers find us on Facebook Marketplace and then they end up following us on our business page, and they find something later even if they don't buy what they originally found us from. So my first tip is that every time I list a Facebook listing on Facebook Marketplace, I pretty much always put in the description some kind of way that they can find us, whether that is listing our business page or a Facebook group or Instagram handle, somewhere that they can find us and find more things, even if they're not looking for something or what we have listed right now.
We usually try to list our furniture for sale on Thursday or Friday. It's the weekend. People are usually scrolling Facebook, trying to figure out what they want to do, what they have time for. It's usually slower at work sometimes, so people are just killing time on Facebook looking for something to buy.
So when you're first creating your listing for Marketplace, the most important thing to think about is the title and keeping it simple. So I'm not going to put a big long title with descriptive words like farmhouse, rustic, table. Like, I want something that is specific that people might be searching for, that's very clear on what it is. So it might be like 6-drawer solid wood dresser or something like that. I'm not going to put anything in the description that has anything to do with the style of furniture unless it's like mid-century modern, something that tells the time period, because they can look at the photo and they can tell what style it is, and sometimes styles overlap. Like, something that works for boho might also work for farmhouse, and I don't want to tell them what style it is. They can look at the photo and see that, and I want them to just look at it and think, that's my style, I like it. So keep the title short and simple, make it clear, and make it something that people are going to be searching for. And then moving on, the description is also important, but you can include a lot more information. You can still include keywords that people are going to be searching for, so I try and get more specific. So I might include something like the style, like farmhouse or boho, and I might list multiple styles. That way, if somebody's looking for a farmhouse table, that's going to show up. If they're looking for a kitchen table, I'm going to include kitchen table, but I'm also going to include dining table, because somebody could be searching for either one and the same table could suit those purposes. Likewise, if I have something that could have multiple uses, I'll list that out. So I might have a desk that could also be a vanity, that could also be a console table, that could also be an entryway table, and I might list out all those options, because you never know what somebody might be searching for, and if it would work for that purpose, you want them to find it. And I also make sure in the description to include things like the color, and include how the item is made, like if we have a protective top coat on it, anything that gives them more details and makes them want to purchase it.
Also, in your description, you want to make sure you include your measurements, so the dimensions of the piece. When you include your measurements, it doesn't matter, they're still going to ask, but still put them in there anyways. Drawer slides work good and smooth, and they come in and out, or if they don't. Also, with the drawers, it's good to let them know if they work good or if one sticks or not, so that when they do come to look at it, they're not thrown off or surprised if something didn't work the way they expected it to.
Also, while we're talking about the description and wanting to include lots of information so that they don't have any questions to ask, make sure that you include something about where pickup is or if you offer delivery. So I try to get super specific about pickup. I'll even say like pickup in this town right off interstate. So then if they're not from here, they know that it's really close to the interstate and they can get an idea of how quick of a drive it would be for them. Also, if there's like a well-known location like a high school or something that you live close to, or wherever pickup is close to, go ahead and disclose that, because then that gives them an idea of where it is and just helps them make a faster decision about if they want to pick it up or not. And if you offer delivery, definitely put that in there, whether you want to charge extra for it or offer free delivery, which I'll explain in just a minute. But if you have delivery available, include that, because sometimes that is the biggest barrier for people to purchase something off Facebook, is not knowing how they could actually get it to their house. If you refinish furniture or build furniture, you probably have a truck, or you at least have one that you can borrow often, but a lot of people don't. And when it comes to like a big dresser, they need a way to get it to their house. So that's a service that you can offer, and you can charge for it. And what we have found is that sometimes offering free delivery is also a really great key. Now, it's not technically free, like we're gonna include gas mileage and everything into our price that we're listing the furniture for, but it appears free to them. Everything is just one bundled price, and they feel like that makes an easy decision for them to just say, yes, please bring it to me. So you want to include everything that you can to get them to make a fast and easy decision to purchase your furniture.
All right, so when you are listing these on Facebook, don't just do it on Marketplace. It's helpful to be members of like your local yard sale group pages, or any other groups that buy, sell, trade, things like that. Jess also is a member of like local mom groups, which are actually more active a lot of times than the other groups. Also, a lot of times when you post in these other groups, especially like the mom groups, even if they're not buying what you have listed, a lot of times they'll go and look at your page and end up following you for stuff in the future.
And last but not least is actually the thing that you should do first. So whenever you're getting ready to list your furniture for sale, the most important thing is going to be your photos. So make sure that you're staging them and styling them, whether that means adding fake plants or books or a blanket draped over a chair, whatever you need to do so that it helps them envision what it's going to look like in their home, and just overall makes it a more appealing picture. And if you take those photos, do them well, make sure there's nothing distracting in the background, and then I use just a free photo editing software and go in and just brighten up all the photos so that they're nice and pretty and eye-catching. And that's going to be what draws a lot of attention for your listing. And Facebook has even added a new feature that you can actually do Facebook Marketplace listings with a video. I'm still kind of testing that out, but so far it seems to work really well and be kind of a nice added feature that people can kind of see the piece all the way around and not just a bunch of photos. And the last tip I have on that is it gives you up to 10 photos. Make sure that you use those up. Like, show as many photos as you can. Show the top, the sides, the front. A lot of times even show the back, because people want to know what that looks like, especially if it's a desk or something that they might not be putting up against a wall. They want to know what all the sides look like. And if I have room, I almost always include at least one photo of an open drawer, like in a dresser or something, so that they can see what the condition of the inside looks like. So keep all that in mind and start with good photos. All right, so I hope that you found all of these tips helpful. Just remember to start with Facebook Marketplace, especially if you don't have a ton of customers or a big following. It's a great place to be found. And then just make sure that you're following it up with a way that they can come follow you on like a business page. And then once you start gaining traction with that, sometimes we'll even list something for sale on our business page a day ahead of time, or at least a couple hours ahead of time, so that our customers who know and love us are getting kind of first dibs. And then we'll list it on Marketplace if nobody else snatches it up immediately. So that's a good way to kind of like treat your customers extra special. And then also make sure that when you list these things, go ahead and share them on your personal page too, because that is a whole web of networking that you have that you might as well use. And obviously you don't want to be posting just salesy stuff all the time. You don't want people to feel like your personal page is all about that, but you can still incorporate things that don't feel quite as salesy. So just be like, oh my goodness, this piece really caused me to work hard, and like you can be like drinking a bottle of water in front of it because you're so exhausted or something. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sales post, but just let people know what you do and what you make and let them see it, and eventually you'll start gaining traction and gaining customers.
All right, and if you have any Facebook or whatever tips on selling furniture, or what you've found works best for you, go ahead and leave us your thoughts and comments in the comments. Also, another thing to keep in mind when you're dealing with selling furniture or anything, anytime somebody messages you and they're interested or whatever, don't be afraid to creep on their page, figure out who they are, and if you actually want them at your house or if you need to meet them elsewhere with more people. Bring somebody with you if you need to. People are crazy, so
You can't be too careful. We've
Be crazy back.
never had a bad experience, but I try to be prepared enough that we don't have one. So if anything makes you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to not make a sale that day.
Yep. Thanks for watching day 14 in this 30-day challenge. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Make sure you guys stick with us. We'll be back tomorrow with another video, and if you've missed anything that we've done so far, make sure you go back and check those out, because we have lots of different content, like some vintage shopping trips, refinishing other furniture. We just did a 48-hour flip over on Instagram, and we shared all that in our 30-day challenge here on YouTube. Our son Tobias has even refinished a little chair, so there's lots of good stuff. We hope that you guys are enjoying your daily dose of rest and dust, and that you're not too sick of us yet. And we'll see you tomorrow. People that either build furniture.
He always says chore. Furniture.
Who refinish furniture. Oh my goodness, it's something in the mouth talking.
Furniture.
Most is, where do you sell your furniture?
By far, one of the questions that we get.
Yeah, furniture. Thanks for watching the flipping video.